All right, we got my microphone set up, audio set up. All right. Well, we're back playing Custom Robo again on this Memorial Day. A nice lazy day for, for remembrance purposes. But we'll get in and play some of this. Now, if I remember correctly, yeah, we're in a tournament. We just beat these kids. And they had the power of friendship on their side. So our friendship was better than their friendship. Thus, we were better. What if our friendship energy is drained? We need more friendship energy. That means date the same girl. They're going to slug it out at the park. Yeesh. Let's go beat each other up. Okay. Yeah, that's what friends do. They go to the park and beat the living crap out of each other. Oh, evil, so nice. Evil's such a hunk. Too bad to fight him, but at least he's easy on the. The guy is atrocious looking. All right, it's totally not Hatsune Miku. Marcia. I'm just gonna watch. Police squad members in D Block look weak. Really? Like, the police squad are like, they got high class licenses to do this stuff, and why are they weak? I only get mad at couples because I'm so lonely. Oh god, so corny. Oh god, 4 of them. So we look like one another and we're fighting people who look like one another. Weird. Imagine 2 minor nameless nobodies like us winning 2 matches. Yeesh. Pleasure to meet you. Have we met before? I think it's the first time we've met. Uh, Weird thing is, after all these battles, I'm starting to feel like I'm fighting against myself. No bounty hunters or police squad members in A block. Just all the same kid. Alright, what else we got over here? Ooh. Evil's so wonderful. Ooh, I got a steelhead. Or a sealhead. Or Crescent Bomb P. Trio Pod H. Umbrella Pod. Alright, customize my robo. What do I got? Alright, Rayo 1. I mean, he's pretty good. Let's see what others I got. Seal head. Big funky head model. Except dodging attacks while airborne. High rated defense. Slow in all movements. Can perform 2 continuous jumps. Slowly moves towards its opponents. Criminal. A trick flyer model. Javelin. Strike Vanisher. We'll try it. I'll try Javelin out. I mean, just get some red, white, and blue in there for reasons. Straight T. What else we got? Double Mine. try Gemini P. Throwing. Let's see. I'll give it a shot. Alright, let's get up in this. Police squad, eh? We're supposed to be putting aside our differences, so we'll go easy on you bottom feeders. These guys are dicks. God, I hope I blow them up. Granted, I haven't played this in like 2 months, so I'm probably gonna lose the first 2. But as we figured out before, this game has no consequences if you lose. It just restarts right from the beginning, so. That's correct. We have to say something. We're starting to look really bad out here. Shh! Don't give away our plans! Oops, just slipped. Let's just get this over with. Listen, Dash. If you tilt the control stick towards your opponent and press the R button, the bomb will fly far. Huh. Hold the R button while tilting the control stick. Got it? Huh? Weren't you listening? Got it. Alright, I had to remember 0 of, pretty much how to play this game, so we'll see how this goes. Guy looks pretty cool on the yellow. Actually looks like uniform. Strategic rebellions. Oh, I can go over all the controls. Fuck that. I can't read. Alright, I am red. God dang it, Harry. I think I keep getting hit by my own bombs. Oh. Got my shit wrecked. I think I might take off fire. Ah, we won. We did it. Even after we took it easy on them, we won. Oh, you're fighting for all your worth. Chill out. We lost. Fair and square. Let it go. Ugh. But no, there is none. Alright, customize robot. Let's try... I Gatling, don't I? Yeah. I wasn't really like an umbrella. Caboose, reflection, trio. Cannot travel far, but can deploy multiple pods, up to 3 at one time. Blows targets slowly sideways. Surround yourself with pods and keep your foe at bay. That probably has me going to be blown up a lot more than anything else. Aim can deploy 2 pods at one time. Blow targets slowly upward. Use it to cover your escape. Feint F. Yeah, let's give this a shot. Let's do it, Harry. Got it. Let's do it, eh? All right. God damn it. Oh, I lost. I was doing a little bit better that time. Though I kept pushing the wrong button to... I got someone in chat. Gotcha. Yeah, the power of Gatling guns. You don't have access to the right flank bomb edge. Short thrust legs. Oh no, we lost. Of course we did. We took it easy on them in the interest of friendship. That's right. That is why we lost. We lost on purpose, so we have nothing to be ashamed of. You're doing really well. I can't fight. That couple in my block has lost all their matches, but they still look so happy. It makes me sick. Oh god, we're fighting the parents again. Mom, Dad, you can do it! My partner's in battle. Hey, you're not supposed to be in there. They don't even know who's who. I'm confused. I don't know how many times I've won. Everyone thinks we're just minor characters, but I've got a very complicated backstory. Check it out, we won our third match. Go Nameless, guys, go! Lost 3 in a row. Just between you and me, I don't know who my partner is anymore. I totally lost track of him. Or was it her? At least they know. Alright. You guys again. Let's have a clean match. Thank you for last time. What? The whole family entered. Yeah, we thought it'd be a good experience for us kids to increase our odds of winning. But things won't work out the way that we planned. We're in the same block as our kids. There's nothing to worry about there. We just have to survive the first round. Carmen, you got that right? I'm gonna buy an expensive bag with our winnings. A bag? But I was thinking about a nice stylish toupee. Oh no, don't be absurd. We would get out of a toupee. It wouldn't be for you. It'd be for me! For man! What if you put the thing in your... Slip off. Did you say? There can't be. No money? My bag. A toupee. You and your stupid tournament. You're the one who suggested to take a day off. Destroyers of our dreams. Every robo has a total different charge ability when you press the X button. You should try out all kinds of robo charges and plan them out. Got it? Pretty much got it. Got it. By the way, they're always like this. Are they always like this? Yeah, they are horrible parents. She's got a sword for an arm. Ah, fuck. All right. First try. Now I have access to the right 5-way gun. Now I have access to the wide jump legs. I should try that one out. Now saving. Are you alright, Carmen? Yes, how about you? Yes, and I'm sorry. I should never have mentioned the tournament. No, it's my fault. I jumped to conclusions about the money. It's fine. Next time we'll just enter the tournament that actually mentions prize money. And we'll win that prize money and buy a lovely bag. I'm gonna buy a stylish toupee. Alright. Look at that parked generator. The right 5-way gun. Got the right flank bomb H. Short thrust legs. Wide jump legs. I'm gonna try those ones out. Customize Robo. Wide jump. Makes the long jumps possible. Features no descent augmentation. Use a set of legs to move around in midair without using a dash. Lost first round. I think I'll go home. My parents adopted me, you see. I might be a prince or something, but I doubt it. I'm just a nobody. Maybe if we win, they'll give us names. We'll be somebodies. Hey, Savvy Tech, how you doing? We lost the first round. I'm tired. Really sleepy. I feel you there, nameless boy number 6. I'm not sure who I'm talking about exactly. They all look the same to me. Glorious. Ooh, Boogie. It's a legitimate businessman with an illegal gambling ring doing a tournament sponsored by the police. If I become friends with them, they won't get suspicious. Clever. Plus, there's plenty of people here who love to battle. So I'm promoting. I love robo battles. Aw. Don't be suspicious. Suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Feel the power of my peregrine little raider. Okay. He's got a little raider. The little raider model can move really quickly on the ground. Its aerial abilities are high too, but its defenses is unbelievably low. Gets next time, man. For the most part. Got it. Alright, alright. Start the battle. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. chaos down here. Alright. Now it's just Boogie. Gotcha, Boogie. They were being too suspicious. You now have Swiss. Satellite pod. Boogie, we lost. We sure did. But winning doesn't matter. We promoted the cafe and battle lights. Yes, yes, of course. Well, Harry, Desh, give our regards to Ernest. Good luck with the rest of the matches. When they talk all nice like that, they don't sound like criminals. 'Cause they're not always criminals. The preliminaries of blocks A through D are finished. Congratulations to the winning teams. Thank you, Selfie. Looks like we're first place, obviously. The winners at the training gym have also been announced. We'll begin the drawings with winning 8 teams. Once we pair up the teams, we'll begin the match to decide who goes to the semifinals. God, I hope I fight Nameless Boys 6 and 5. We would now like to begin with the first match of the semifinals. We're finally playing against someone who looks different. So minor can't yet we made it to the semifinals. Maybe we're not so minor after all. But no matter how you slice it, we're not going to keep winning. No matter, not without names, we're not. Don't give up, boy. You got this. We'll win for sure. God, I hope those 2 boys win. Gotta kick Evil's ass. Poor Marcia Miku. Looks like you've got yourself a tough first match. Looks how much of the crowd here at least thinned out after the first round. All those losers left once they, well, lost. There's hardly anyone left. Ooh. I'm up against the Popo. Ooh. Hello. Alright. You should have a helium balloon for better voices, right? I can't really hit that high tone really well. It sounds really weird, and it's going to blow out someone's eardrums. Customized Robo. I'm going to go with Criminal, Trickfly, Sealhead, Rayo 1. Go back to that one. Earth. Hello. An aerial beauty model. Great at avoiding attacks, but lacks power. Raises diagonally in attacks. Metal Ape. A little raider model. It's a tiny little child. I'm gonna get my shit rocked. Vertical. Flame. Straight T. Sealhead, Metal Ape, blue. Alright. Well, which one? Sealhead or Metal Ape? Because I do kind of want to try Swift out. I'm going to get my shit blown in. But go with the blue. We'll try the metal ape after this one. Because I'm probably going to get my shit rocked. Up against this dude's sister and her work love. Sis, you're always bragging about how tough you are. Let's see how you hold up. I guess we will. Wait it, you two. I'm looking forward to this. Been a while since I looked forward to a fight. I'm glad you're relaxed about this. Every time we have a battle, it's always life or death. Alright, listen up. My sister's no pushover, so I'll need to get you some advice. When you approach enemies from the air, circle around them, never fly straight towards them. That way, you can dodge any incoming fire. Got it? You know your stuff, Harry. You think so? Thanks, sound good. I want to say it once more. Alright, at least that one's honest. Got it. Fly right to them. I'm going to do it. Granted, I'm in a tiny little model, so I probably shouldn't. Is that a ray? He's got a ray? Alright, let's start this battle. Oh, I got hit. To the wire. Woo! That one was close. Harry died like a bitch, but I survived. Bubble gun. Wall bomb. I beat him. Now I'm going to try the metal ape. Well, we lost. Sorry, Captain Murray. I underestimated them. Roy, let's face facts with dignity. We lost. Harry, you've gotten really good. You should consider joining the police squad. What do you think? Not that old song again. By the way, Harry, is Marcia okay? She's not competing. And when I try to talk to her, she's like, lost in the clouds. Dick. I mean, she's right there. We could just ask her. Okay, cool. Hey, Desh, go check up on Marcia Miku. Alright, well first I'm going to change my mix. Alright, I did Swift. Swift was alright. Let's do oh, cool. Metal Ape.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Have you solved all the robot crimes yet?
I have not solved all the robot crimes yet. I'm currently in a tournament fighting the police using a kid's child's toy.
Great.
Yep.
It's Be careful. The police are known to shoot kids with toys.
Yeah, or just let kids shoot each other, you know.
Yeah, they'll shoot you if you have a toy, but if you have a real gun, they might get shot. So like, let's take it back. So the pool opened this weekend.
Ooh, the pool.
Yeah, so all of the kids are already asleep.
Good.
Because they spent like 5 hours there.
Oh, they all took it out.
Yeah, exactly. It's the fucking best. I don't remember the last time I had freedom before 8 o'clock. I don't remember the last time I had freedom before 9, unless I had something planned.
Yeah, that's the glory part about, you know, being a parent is when your kids are just conked out early. I wouldn't know, but, you know, I like conking out early myself, so.
Me too. Here's the thing, I'm gonna like be ready to be done playing Final Fantasy, and it's gonna be like 10:30 or something like that, because I'm not used to playing that long. You know what I mean?
What are you going to do with yourself?
I'm gonna get a fucking good night's sleep. A thing I don't normally do.
She's a pal.
That is quite a see-through raincoat she's wearing. Not
Yeah.
buttoned up.
Yeah.
Not buttoned up. She really wants to get that crotch wet.
Okay, that's fine. Wait, but. Alright, now I get to play with Hatsune Miku. Awesome. Time for semifinals against Evil.
His name is Evil?
Yep. We lost. See how cruelly they treat nameless characters? Why didn't they raise our hopes? So this entire tournament, there was like just 6 of these NPCs playing against each other, but they all knew that they were like nameless NPC 1, nameless NPC 2. So the dialogue's been quite interesting about it.
You've mentioned that before about this game.
You probably won't even recognize us the next time you see us. That's how it goes with us. Damn right I won't. You ready, Hatsune Miku? Yep, his name is Evil. I can't fight! It'd be fun if there's a 2-on-1 match. Ooh, 1-on-1 with against Evil. Shall we begin? Alright, fucking Maximilian Pegasus.
What?
I mean, he looks extravagant like him. Some guns and bombs change abilities when they're fired during a jump.
Ooh, that's good to know.
Yeah. Encore mi amor. Yeah, every single choice, it's yes, no, or no sarcastically. It's just all it is in this game. Got it. Alright, let's see how I do with a new mech. Motherfucking Joker. Yeah, let's try the mine, throwing D. Where's the satellite? There we go. Hangs the air once deployed, then homes in on the target. And when a target approaches, can deploy 3 pods. Alright, let's do it. 1-on-1 should be a little bit easier. Not as chaotic. Damn it. He's going to get the first shot. He was able to deploy before I did. But he didn't. I just hit myself with my own bomb. I can whirlwind to them. Yeah, I actually like the metal ape. Good suggestion, Savvy. You now have access to the left pulse gun. Impossible. Evil lost?
There's only 2 people watching this.
Yeah.
I didn't know who the other one was because they haven't chatted since I've joined the stream. But Savvy was my guess. She is your biggest fan.
Yep. I was down with the match, and so I simply decided it was time to be done with it. That's all. You threw the match? Naturally, I think perhaps I gave Detch some confidence. Dick.
Is that the chief of police?
No, he's just another bounty hunter.
Okay.
Oh, you had to let your dog out. It's okay, we were only talking about you.
Who let the dogs out?
Savvy.
The correct answer is who? Who?
The Baja Men. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the teams that will go on to the finals. The training gym has just announced the winner. At last, we have come to the final match of the Police Squad Battle Tournament. It's
like
my boss!
Wait, your boss is who you're fighting?
Yeah. So, regardless, someone from my bounty hunting group is going to win. Because he's with Linda.
Wait, so are all the battles in this game on that like game board in front of you?
Yes. So in tournament settings, yes, but in an actual fight, we just like there's a metal or a sphere in front between me and the opponent, and we're just thinking really hard at it.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's how we, stop crime, because that's how criminals get away with doing stuff. They try to do that by, it's, Yu-Gi-Oh makes more sense than this.
So you're saying we really need to be leaning more into the thoughts part of thoughts and prayers to stop criminals?
Oh yeah, definitely. The thoughts and prayers, it's going somewhere. It's going somewhere.
Okay, but it's mostly the thoughts.
Yeah, it's the prayer side that's bringing down the thoughts. Or there's too many thoughts, because that hoe over there.
There's never enough thoughts.
Definitely not enough thoughts. Fall Guys is coming to Switch. Nice. It's a good party game. Yeah, watch a bunch of people stream that on Twitch every now and then. We already entered our names and won all the battles. That's all right. That's right, we're just lucky. But Linda, you're freaked out from the lab attack. What about the robo yesterday?
She was lying.
Yep.
She's lying to you, Harry.
Yeah, she's trying to get you off her back, Harry, you creep-ass motherfucker.
Harry's a bit of a creep ass.
Yes. Good luck, Marcia. I can't do it! Not again, we need you. We're going against Ernest and Linda. I'm sorry. Forget it, Harry. Marcia, you stay here and watch. I'll fight by myself. Why doesn't Harry just join in?
I mean, Harry. Everything I've seen about Harry in this game is you will do better by yourself.
I mean, yeah. See the letter marker? That indicates what type of blast effects. Got it. Wow, it didn't even give me a choice to not be, fuck off with it. It's okay, this way we'll win for sure. At least Evil was kind enough to be like, yeah, let's go one-on-one. My boss is like, fuck my lackey. Don't worry.
Boss sounds like a real piece of shit.
Right? What's wrong with you, Marcia? Dash may be good, but he can't win alone.
No, no. My brother.
Huh?
My brother, he's watching me from somewhere. Please help me. Please help me. Chosen one.
It's all about your brother. You dummy. Now listen to me. Stop asking your brother for help. He's gone. Do you care about what happens to Dash or not? We're in a police-sanctioned tournament. It's not like me losing is going to get me killed. Chupacabra, thoughts and prayers exactly. Thank you. How you doing, Chupacabra? Haven't seen you in ages. Don't know how many times we've worried about you, fought for you. This here is a guy who saved you, even though he thought he was going to lose, remember? But no, you've been too busy thinking about your brother while risking our lives for you. Thought.
He is 100% going to dip you and kiss you hard on the mouth before this fight.
Face reality.
A little bit of gay brother.
The truth about my brother, I haven't faced it yet. How long do you plan on living in the past?
I mean, how long ago did her brother die?
Years? I think.
Okay. So before.
Yeah, before
the-
I got involved. And it's been like a week since I got involved.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it happened at the beginning of all of this, she could have a reason to some degree.
Yeah. I never trusted anyone except my brother. He said, Marcia, one day you'll find someone who understands you. Trust me. But granted, we've already found her brother because it's another character with blue hair.
Oh. So her brother's not dead.
No.
She just thinks he's
What if... No, my brother told me that one day I'll find someone who would understand me. It's me, Hatsune Miku Marcia. I understand you. And then we went off into the sunset and fought robo battles in harmony. I never realized I was being so selfish. She snapped out of it. Now she's gonna kick everyone's ass. I'm sorry. I see it now. Right now I want to help people that care for me. Cool. Now let's play in this friendly tournament.
This is why I don't believe in therapy. I've never come across an emotional problem that couldn't be solved by just yelling at the person having the issue.
Right? Yelling and just like a slap to the face. I mean, it works in all the movies, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. If you ever see a woman in black and white getting hysterical, you just have to shake her.
Yeah, just shaking usually helps. It definitely works against babies. Shake all the babies.
Shake it, shake it, shake. Shake it, shake it, shake.
Shake your
the
baby.
babies.
Shake your baby.
Ow. Do you have a teammate?
Yeah. Hatsune Miku.
Is that blue hair girl that you're upset?
Yeah. Right. They are on me. She's got bees!
Beads?
Bees! She's just shooting bees at me!
Bees?
Yeah, bees as in like the fucking bug.
Beads?
She's shooting bees at me! Hatsune Miku, do something!
The bees!
Not the bees! Not the bees! Alright, Hatsune, you got this from here on. Not that I found. I'm about to die. I just gotta outrun the bees. Yep. No! I was trying to hide in the back.
Well, you jumped right into that rocket.
Yeah, I did jump right in that rocket. Controlling this game is kind of hard sometimes. Whew! That was could have lost if Marcia had been her usual self. Dick. How much of this dialogue do we... Okay, good. She jumps right in. Because losing in this game has 0 consequences.
Just like real life.
Right? Lose every fight you're in because you can always redo it. Gunshots are never permanent. Maybe. Those bees were pretty devastating. They're both on me. I'm going to lose this one hard.
Yeah. That thing I said about the bees? Ignore that thing I said about the bees. So, wait, Rick said he beat Shadowbringers, right?
He beat the quest that said Shadowbringer, so he probably has the like patch quests before he gets into Endwalker.
But if he beats Shadowbringers, does that mean he's not a Sprout anymore?
Probably.
Good for him.
Right? Alright, we'll customize my robo a little bit. Satellite. It's a reflection. Twin plank. Let's try it out. Try and defeat Gulp. Is it a big gulp from 7-Eleven? think she's playing Spyro.
Never played Spyro.
I got a new strategy. Spin to win. It gives me a shield. Ah, shit! She got between my barriers. But I win
Nice.
by becoming a Beyblade.
Oh, I was gonna say Sonic Logic. But yeah, it is more Billy Bane. It is more Beyblade.
Congratulations! The winners are Marcia and Dash from Steel Hearts.
God, that is the worst name ever. Still prefer the Stale Horse Tavern. That's gonna be a thing. That's
Yeah,
the chief of
name.
police. His name is Chief. Chief, the chief of police. Who's the chief?
Jesus Christ. He's got it looks like Sean Connery, but with Peter Gallagher's eyebrows.
And about 400 pounds. That
That's
battle
Sean
helped
Connery.
me realize.
I said Sean Connery.
But then there's a limit to what you can do alone. Just now, you fought to save Dash for the first time. Maybe now you can break down that wall you've built around your heart. Ernest actually said something nice.
Wow. I can't get over her outfit.
The almost incorporeal raincoat.
Yeah, yep. The weird gyroscope things around her hair. That
Yeah.
don't actually touch it anywhere.
It's like magnets, man. It's gotta be magnets.
Magnets. How do they work?
Magic. Miracles.
Those are the greatest, one of the greatest songs of all time.
Yep. I unironically have it on my Spotify.
Oh, yeah, I would ironically have it on my Spotify if I had a Spotify.
Let's invite Marcia and Dash over for celebration. That would be very nice. Why would I celebrate losing to my own staff?
To be fair, you guys won the first time.
Yeah. Twice. Well, why don't you join me and we'll have ourselves a little consolation party?
Bang, bang,
You
bang.
know what that means?
Bang, bang, bangity bang.
Ernest's going to be getting them cheeks. Or Linda's going to be getting those cheeks. We don't know how this rolls. This is the future.
Yeah, she pegs him.
Yeah. He's very poetic. He's a pegger.
Peggy?
Pegger. No, pegger would be the person doing the pegging. So Peggy.
Doing the pegging.
Yeah, Peggy is the person who receives the pegging. Chat, do you want to chime in on this? What would the proper term for someone who likes to get pegged be called? Roll your dice now. All three of you. One of which I'm talking to. No dice. You're with us. He wanted to be in that corner filming that. Yes.
My vote.
Stop by house later. Harry, let's go home and get ready. Man, Harry runs like a cuck. I'm going to wander. I'll see you later. Man. Hey, Chiefy. Why would I? It's a celebration for your bounty hunters and your tournament victory. And Harry's there. Alright, let's look at all the parts I got. Bubble gun. Left pulse gun. Right pulse gun. Can I have 2 pulse guns? Acrobat bomb. Wall bomb. I don't think I can equip left or right. At the same time anyway, because it's going to be one goes to the left, one goes to the right. Fires a large, slow bubbles to your opponent. Ground fire fires to the left and right. Aerial fire fires straight. When firing from the ground, hide behind walls in the air. Scatter your shots. Let's see. Fires 8 rounds that start right, then turn left. Alright. I'll go purple.
Yeah, you're using bubbles, right?
No, I didn't. Does not inflict damage. Launches 1 bomb at a time, blows your robo high into the air. Oh, it's a rocket jump. Neat.
Ever heard of a rocket jump being referred to as an acrobat bomb?
Right. Well, I'm pretty sure like Halo and Counter-Strike have rocket jump, or was it Quake? Who was the first one to do rocket jumps?
I think it was Quake.
Or Unreal Tournament. One of those two. Bubbles. All right, let's walk around. Give me your loot. Can't let me pass this point? Oh. Dick. He won't let me pass there. He won't let me pass there. This is all a bunch of hooey. Police Squad HQ. Bogey's Cafe. Let's go to the park.
The files of Police Squad.
Hey, it's these guys that are fighting. Men become friends by fighting. That's how it works. But I wish Anthony would lighten up a bit. He's taking this way too seriously. You hear that? If you want to be good friends with somebody, you gotta beat the shit out of them. The bonds of my friendship with Thomas are growing stronger with every minute. They're friending so hard. Yes, that's exactly how it goes. Through battle, friendship is made.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that how you and Rick became friends?
Totally. We just beat the shit out of each other all the time. No, we just had like 3 classes together. It was like Stockholm syndrome.
And your Nerdar. It's like Gator, but it's for nerds.
Yeah, basically. Hey, old lady. Oh my, that's fabulous! Congratulations! When I was your age, I won a peanut sneezing tournament.
I don't like that.
I don't get it. I'm afraid to ask, but what's a peanut sneezing? I had to stuff a peanut up my nose, and then
Yeah, no, I got what it was. I just didn't like it.
and I would sneeze it right out of my nose. Whoever sneezes the furthest one. Alright, so they nose rocketed peanuts out of their noses. Well, at least it's the nose and not something else. I've heard what happens with ping pong balls in Taiwan.
I didn't want to picture that old woman
With her
with her legs
amazing
in the
ping
air.
pong ball trick.
but I did. It wasn't ping pong balls. No, she was firing out peanuts.
Yeah, peanuts. I trained every day, just shoving things up her nose. Now saving. I guess it's time to head over to Maria's house. Who got a date?
So you have a date because you're wearing the exact same clothes.
I'm wearing the same
Your
clothes
fan-
every day. I probably smell like hot garbage.
For your fancy dinner.
That hair is a bad influence, I tell you. Oh, really? I thought it was that hair might seem like a bad egg, but inside he's such a sweet little boy. Uh-huh. Thanks, Grandma.
That is quite a turn.
Yeah. I don't think she knows what she's talking about.
I mean, she's sweeping grass.
Yeah. Don't mind the mess. Dash made a feast for us. I mean, when you're cooking, there's really only so much you can do to help out in the kitchen. Like, you just get in each other's way, you know?
No. Somebody could do the mise en place. Somebody could chop everything up. That's the worst part.
One of that looks like a weird pizza. I kind of want pizza.
That's the dish. The weird pizza's on top of it.
Yeah. I still want some pizza.
Yeah, I wish for pizza.
Yeah, pizza does sound pretty dope.
I don't need pizza. I'm full right now. We had chicken pot pie for dinner.
Mm.
I did something I can't wait until the kids get older and she can start adding vegetables back into it besides just potatoes.
Do your kids not like vegetables?
Just do the 3, 5, and 8-year-old like vegetables? No.
I mean, I liked vegetables when I was 5.
The
Maybe not 3.
The 8-year-old will eat them. The 3-year-old will try them. The 5-year-old,
The middle child's the
Decided.
picky one?
yeah, has decided he does not like vegetables and won't even try them.
That's why you gotta, like, get that, like, vegetable powder. You can
Yeah,
get, like, a serving of vegetables and, like, 1 scoop of powder and just, like, throw that into, like, the mac and cheese.
So,
Won't know the difference.
so the other night we told him he had to swallow one bite of green bean for dessert. And the first thing he did, so he took a bite, then took a sip of water, and then just kept it in his mouth. Then, like, was running around, ran to the bathroom, spit it in the trash can, and then came back in and told us he swallowed it. Then while
Smart.
I was
That's big brain plays.
Then while I was verifying exactly what I knew he had done, he went and got veggie straws, those like chip things,
Mm-hmm.
and ate those and tried to claim that as his vegetable.
Close.
He did not have dessert that night.
I could go for some dessert.
I mean, I legitimately think he does not like most vegetables. Like, he doesn't like carrots, which is like,
it's like the sweetest vegetable.
yeah, it's barely a vegetable.
Doesn't have bitterness to them. They got a nice satisfying crunch. They got a sweetness
like
to them, and they're
crunch.
great for dipping.
Yeah.
Huh.
You don't have to convince me. I love carrots.
Well, yeah, we're adults. At least with the age.
Are you? Okay, there we go.
Mentally and personality-wise? Not really. Definitely not me. Sometimes I question Savvy, because she's always watching this, so... And you're
Well,
always
she's
joining me, so, you know, we're all on the same
She's
page.
playing Spyro. She's playing Spyro too.
True. And what are they doing about the robo that showed up at Damien and Bogey's? Who's Damien's? Oh, Daimon's, the Chinese restaurant. Oh, we were talking about, you know, age. Physically, we are adults, but mentally and personality, I'm barely legal at best.
I don't like that phrase. I don't like the use of that phrase even a little bit.
Hot, barely legal teens in your area. Yeah. According to my email, there's a ton of them just waiting to meet me.
I knew that. You know what? Anytime I run into one that lives out there, I send them your number.
Ah, man. How do you keep track of them all? Because I at least get like 17 a day.
I don't need to keep track of them. I just send them to you.
She likes to collect watches. It's sort of a hobby of hers. It's an unusual watch. Like, my dad walked out and he went to go get a pack of cigarettes and some milk all those years ago. Consider my father's long-lost memento a gift for inviting me over for dinner.
Wait.
That-
I stopped paying attention to your game for a while. I was looking for a Cobalt.
Yeah, Maria was like, hey, that's a nice watch you got there. It's like, yeah, it was my dad's. It's the last thing he gave me before he, like, dipped out on my life, and I've been living with this crazy old lady. But yeah, here, take it. It's a gift for you, for inviting me over for dinner. The last thing I have of my dad, who I love. Thanks for inviting me over for dinner, because you're a friend, you know?
Have you played this game before?
No.
Or have you beaten this game before?
Mm-mm. Take it, please. The memory of losing my father is still painful, and I don't need the reminder. This is the exact opposite of how people think.
In my head, it's the watch from Pulp Fiction. I kept this in my butt.
You shouldn't give something like that away. You're only going to regret it if you do. Take it, please. It's an heirloom. Now keep it. Precious. Take care of it. Listen, kid, I'm not gonna take it. I said no. Take my fucking watch. No. Take it. I told you I don't want it. How long does this go? It belongs to
Take
your
my
father,
watch,
right? How could you possibly
please.
give it away? Your father's memory means nothing to you? Don't say that. It's disrespectful. They've made it so far at least like 8 different responses to this question because they knew people would be doing this. Stop trying to get rid of it. It's getting really creepy. Dash, what's wrong with you? It wouldn't be right. You cannot take it. Best you hold on to it. Alright. I invited you here to be nice, not to have you dump your family's garbage on me. Are you seriously saying this? Telling me I'm imagining things. It's not good to give something important like this away. Something terrible will happen if you try to give
you're
that
still
away.
going through it?
You sure? Something terrible is bound to happen. Holy shit! 20 no's and a yes means yes.
Wow, that's insane.
Huh. Alright. I'm kind of flabbergasted.
I need to look this up.
It belongs to your father, huh? You never told us about him. What did he do? Take a guess. He walked out on me and my mom and went to go get cigarettes and a gallon of milk and never came back. Actually, I don't really know what my father did at all. He never talked about work. Usually he came home once a month. For the past few years, I haven't seen him at all. Money shows up to pay for expensive, but that's about it. He's a trust fund baby. I suddenly get a letter that he died at work. Just a will that came with it, and a letter that said, clear said was son become a commander. Don't be rude. As I just like shoved my watch into this woman. I wasn't listening. I must say, Harry and Maria have a really big house. Like, this is their dining area.
It's just it's a studio.
Yeah, that's all it is.
this is their everything.
I do like it that the game told me like 3 times, if you get rid of your watch, something really bad will happen. Now I'm really curious. Now I'm gonna wander around. Alright, there's actually, yeah, it might be a studio. We only got 2 beds here. If you want, you can crash in Harry's room. I mean, I'll chill with you, Maria.
Her name is Mira.
Mira? I can't read. I'm getting into character. Got rid of the watch. And saving, so there's no going back now.
I looked up the implications of it.
Is it major?
it. Do you want me to spoil it?
Sure.
There are no implications to giving away the watch.
God damn it! Just when this game does something weird, it just takes it right back.
I mean, there's other games that exist out there that, in that case, would have like you would have died.
Yeah.
Like, but not for another 12 hours.
Yeah. Dark Souls type shit. Oh, you're still getting yourself out of bed. Good. My hard work's paid off. Oh, shit, yeah, I did wake up by myself. Getting you married. You got a child to support. Is there something you're not telling me, Granny? Did you do something in my sleep? Hey, thanks for coming over last night. Meyer had a good time. You. Hey, boss. Good. Looks like I was right to hire Dash. It was a good decision.
I don't want to fight.
The police have asked us to join us in practice. Only us three were invited. That's weird. Not the boss. Us three. To the popo. Do we get to fight the chief? It's good of you all to come. After watching you fight, I asked you for a training match since you were so good. Tell you after the match. That's nice.
Wait, I'm back. The Sammy's when you say you want ice cream into hot cocoa, do you mean you just want to put ice cream in hot chocolate? Or you want to start with an ice cream course and then move into a hot chocolate course?
I mean, both of those sound awesome.
Yeah, I'm okay with either one.
It was skill. Listen, Dash, while you're on the ground, press the A button rapidly to do low air dash. It's a good way to move quickly without having to move too high into the air. Alright, let's do it. I know all your secrets. That looks like a cool weapon. What am I using again? Oh yeah, the pulse and the wall guns. And all right. 1-on-1. Don't have to worry about the chaos that is like a fucking. God damn it. Man, I'm getting my butt kicked. This pulse left is not good. I missed my flamethrower. It was. No, the bubbles was like a different, instead of like the flamethrower, the Gatling gun that I'm using right now. Oh yeah, I'm failing. I'm guessing she keeps on losing to Gulp. Still. I just lost to this guy.
I've heard Spyro can be hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's a platform game. All platform games are hard for me. I suck at them.
Yeah.
Let's try the bubble gun. There it is, bubble gun. Give it that long thrust. not liking this bubble gun.
Back to the flamethrower.
Yeah, flames are better than bubbles. And this guy is like really short, so like my melee attack doesn't hit him, because I kind of do like a ascending, like I'm, my planet needs me T-pose spin, so I always jump over it. So I might also change my mech.
Man, I am having a conversation trying to convince this kobold not to summon the big rock man again.
Mm-hmm.
And all I can think is that the humans, and I guess Elysin in this world, are effectively America.
Yep.
And all they've done is betray all of their allies. Or go in and invade people, causing them to summon primals, aka make nuclear weapons. Really seeing America's foreign policy at display here.
It's like, you're not allowed to do any of that.
So you take. When you've had your fill, you sue for peace. I'm like, okay, so once the oil's gone.
Man, this guy's kicking my butt. Damn. Alright. Switching back to Ray. This cop's pretty good. Let's try a steelhead. Just because it looks adorable. Seal.
or the
It's the police officer. It's not even the chief.
little thing?
It is. Just think they can juggle me. Woof. I win! Barely! I won with the seal head. Straight bomb, G. I lost my promotion. No, I'll never get it now. We'll continue when you're. The other two didn't get a break between their fights. Alright, let's start the second match. Against another police officer 4. I have an obligation that it's, as one of the tournament champions, I can't lose 3 matches in a row. For the department! Be sure to use the Holocene obstacles.
I love that he's still teaching you.
Right? Every single match has to be something new.
Oh, you're fighting the Riddler.
Right? Riddle me this, seal man.
You're fighting the Riddler if he stole Lex Luthor's jetpack.
Ooh, lava match. Gotcha, bitch. That fight was so much easier. I'm an adorable little Hamtaro, motherfucker. The submarine bomb.
Second healer, join. Oh, thank God.
Now saving. Was the single divisions easier than 2v2? Alright, now I get to fight the doctor. Hello. But she's the one with the bees. Lucky dog. Dodge slow rounds with strong homing abilities by letting them come in really close to you. Once it closes on you, just jump over the incoming attack. Don't forget though, you'll be vulnerable right when you land. Sounds tough. It is not tough at all. Let me explain again. Alright, I get to fight the bee lady again. Does she still got the bees? Yeah, she still's got the bees. I'm terrified of the bees. Damn it. This mech might be a little bit too slow for those bees. What's the matter? I know you're better than that. I was, distracted. You look awfully cute when you're fighting. Aw. Just throwing that hot flirt. Gotcha. Good old Ray. You now have access to the dual bomb C. Oh, I wanted the bees. Dual bomb C. And two robos fire guns at one another. One of the robos and that's called a system overload. Got it.
Back.
What?
Beat it.
Yeah, I beat the bees.
Oh, there was more bees.
Yeah. Wow. I kicked that guy's ass. I have the wave pod. Now saving. Still have a lot to learn. My last opponent is Mira. She has my watch now though, so she's probably better than me now. Really think that my brother wouldn't have come this far without your help. Thanks for being there. Listen,
I
Desh.
can't get over her red hair.
Right?
It's so red.
Mm-hmm. They definitely wouldn't allow that in police. It's like an unnatural red, and most businesses like you have to have a natural hair color. Definitely wouldn't fly in the military. Be careful around the four corners of the Holocene if she fires pods at both from both sides. And about from above, you'll have nowhere to run. Make sure you keep moving. Can you say that once more? It's adorable. Got it. Yeah, the sprite work in this game is pretty good. Like on the descriptors. Aw. That sucks. I'm sorry he keeps doing that, Savvy.
Tabby, I can give you the same advice I gave Brian when he first started streaming Elden Ring. If you could just get good, then you would.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The classic get good method works every time.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that shotgun pretty good. Oop. Definitely gotta stay away from those corners.
You mean the one thing you were warned about?
Well, he warned me because of her, not because of the heat trap that I keep jumping into. I probably would have had that if I didn't jump in the fire like 4 times. I know you could do better than that. She'll be upset if I don't fight her with all my worth, but she has my watch. It makes her better. Maybe I can like go over to her house for dinner and then like give her my life savings as a gift. Or you know, just the deed to my place, you know, like here, you can rent my place. I'll pay the rent. But thank you for bringing me over for dinner. Like I'm all for like bringing, you know, the house to get, you know, bringing some wine or, you know, food or whatever, but giving you my family heirloom because you invited me over.
I mean, she told you not to do it 19 times.
Yeah. 19 no's and a yes means yes. So.
You know what they say, 20th time's a charm.
Yeah.
Your life savings.
Yeah, she wants my life savings. No, you don't. It's like $12. Ah, damn it, jumped too fast. I might need a bit more longer range weapons.
Across the map.
She tried to keep me at range, so I had to keep her at range. The power of Gatling guns.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. I stood in one spot for most of that match. You three are all something. Like I said at dinner, you're a good team. The ultimate team, even. I was planning on ending this with Mira. However, you look like you could handle one final battle. With me. Chief, you're gonna fight? Incredible. This is unheard of. The Chief's battles are stuff of legends. I'm just an old man who's retired. Sorry, Dash, just one more match. Come to me when you're ready. Let's do it, Chief. Not sure it'll help this point, but here's a little advice. If your opponent has a gun with a slow rate of fire, it's best to rush in directly and go for the system overload. For example, if your opponent has a Hornet or a Rayfall gun, it's a good time for an overload. Got it? Sorry, I'm brain dead. Yeah, well, it's your sixth match, so I can understand how you feel. Got it. Alright, what you got, Chief? Motherfucking Godzilla? Love your stance. You must know Kung Fu. Nope, it's a giant, bull demon. Okay, cool. It looks pretty sick, though. That's a cool looking one. Opponent data. Metal Ox. Middle grappling model, strong on offense and defense. Poor mobility makes dodge and attacks difficult. Rises vertically and charges straight forward at its opponents. Able to clear walls. Standard X. Alright, Shoot it till it dies is a good strategy that I'm going to try to employ. I don't know what that gun is, but I want it. Well, that was his strategy. Was that too tough for you? Regardless, you have great skills. You're really something. Alright, I'll try this guy again. This guy's gonna be able to outrange me because he can. His shots are just better. Got 3 life left. Got him that time. Just had to, you know, not just button mash. It worked. Ooh, the Sword Storm gun. That sounds awesome. Standard Pod F. Oh, that doesn't sound nearly as awesome. Data has been saved. I concede. Roy, Mira, what do you think of these 3? I'd hate to say it, but they have magnificent skills. Definitely close to Class S. And Linda, what is your opinion of the mental abilities?
I think these 3 are the most stable and reliable, not to mention trustworthy bounty hunters.
Wait, no, her original voice was supposed to be fucking derpy California girl.
Like
Like, they are totally smart and all that fun shit.
You guys did so good making your tiny robots fight.
Oh my god, they're so tiny and cute. Oh,
They're fetch.
I hear that one a lot. A license test? What do you mean? I don't want to study.
Harry, you've been doing this illegally the entire time?
Well, we have like Class D license, which gives us it's enough for us to go bounty hunting, but I don't know why we need to get a higher license. It's not like we're taking on better jobs. To be a cop, you need one, but
I'm sorry. What class license do you have?
D, I think.
This is nuts. Nailed it.
211. Remember that. That's making it.
Oh god, it's never not good. It's never not funny. I recently taught my 8-year-old nephew D's nuts, and he loves it. Because it's funny early.
Oh yeah, no, especially
it's like it's a part of growing up.
Don't worry about expense. For the Class S test, it's free. Normally, that's true. Class A is the highest rank a civilian can hold, but a Class S test is different. In order to qualify for this test, you must be recommended by a Class S commander.
Try it again.
What? What'd I say?
In order to qualify for this test, you must be...
Like, in order to, like, qualify for this super awesome test, you must be, like, recommended by a super awesome commander. Like that.
Yeah, yep, you got it.
All of a sudden, you know.
Oh, good. And I have the stream up, so I did get to see your hand motions as well as you did that.
Good. I must apologize. Yesterday's tournament tests, today's matches were simply to test your skills. And you now have the recommendation of no fewer than 4 S-Class commanders. They're all S-Class? Naturally, I'm a Class S. I've earned my Class S license too. Me too. What? I thought you were Class A. I can't necessarily tell you.
Harry, you're the worst.
Yeah, worst brother ever. He can't even dress himself. Look at those overalls. Only one shoulder. Pit. I'm Class S. Like, I'm Class S too, incidentally. You're Class S. But you're a scientist, not a commander. I mean, she was totally kicking my ass before. With the fucking bees.
Oh, she's Elle Woods.
We'll discuss more later. Right now, you need to take this test. If y'all just follow me, I'll direct you to the examination hall. Crap. I gotta remember these notes. Because the last time I took a test was actually like trivia in the game of shit that people have been telling me. So you actually had to pay attention to the plot. A game Ricky would hate. Because he has to not just button mash through everything.
He has to button mash through everything because he's got 8,452 games in the Steam library.
I mean, I don't button mash, and I have just as many games on my wall.
I know, but you have come up with a solution to play through those games at a reasonable pace.
True. This is the examination hall. We need to upgrade you to Class S as quickly as possible for some god-awful reason. I want each of you to go through a door. You'll find a test machine inside. All you need to do is simply defeat the test robo. That's it. Okay, it's not like a written test. So the cops are telling us to each go into a separate room without our lawyers. I plead the fifth. This is fishy. Still not going to join police squad. Might as well take my test right now. Well, like, once you pass the Class S, we'll talk more. I don't think they're going to let me leave until I pass that test. That's kind of like, dude, that looks awesome. You've got the float pods. Wave pod. Standard pod. Welcome. We will now begin your Class S license test. I'm going to pass this test.
I have one Vesper Bay Aetherite ticket left.
You got this. What the fuck is that thing? It's got no armor. It's gutted. Is it illegal? These are all illegal parts. Bitches. Fires rounds that ascend high, then fly straight at the target. The rounds rise differently when fired from the air. Range, medium to long. Can fire repeatedly. This gun can be difficult to aim with, so shift your timing and fire from both the ground and air. Circles above target's head, then attacks. Deploys 2 pods at one time. Pulls target back. It's got really good homing, which is good. Alright, let's do it. Aw. No fire and brimstone, that's nice.
Is that the one you gotta have to beat the chief?
Yeah.
Do you have like energy in this game?
Just my health.
Or cooldowns that like you just use all of your attacks as much as you want?
All as much as I want. Dodge this, you filthy casual!
Coward. Stop running, coward.
I really like that gun. And it's a sword.
It's a gun sword.
I am now a Class S person. My opponent, was it that Robo? I didn't get any parts? Cheap bitch. Shit. What's going on? My opponent was somehow... I managed to win. What about you? I had to fight that Robo. And its Holocene was really pretty, just like the other Robos. I've never seen anything like that environment in the Holocene. Guys, actual plot. Give me a break. That thing was super strong. It practically turned my Robo into scrap metal. How are their results, Maria? All 3 of them officially passed the Class S license. Congratulations. As of today, you're each Class S commanders.
Mira.
Class S. Myra. Hitsune Miku. Now listen, all of you, what I'm about to tell you is very important. Only Class S commanders know this. It's considered highly classified by the government. Then why are you telling us this?
Because you're Class S commanders now.
Alright. We'll repair it for you here. Remember, this is classified. You're being trusted with information that you can never reveal. We understand. Very well. The Robo you fought is called Rahu. It's a type of Robo, so? Not exactly. Rahu is not a Robo in the traditional sense. Then what is it? Rahu is a living being. just like us. So we're playing God. Love it. Still fights like one. What's the difference? Rahu. Several hundred years ago, Rahu nearly destroyed the human race. When you took the Class S test, you fought a simulation derived from Rahu's behavior. So, hundreds of years ago, plot with, robots. This is basically Yu-Gi-Oh's plot. Back in the times of the pyramids, pharaohs used ancient carvings to summon monsters. Back in the ancient Greeks, they used robots called Rahu to fight duels. Destroyed the human race.
I know nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh. I think I was 2.
No, it's been absolutely out of public domain. No sense and no things about it. Tulsi was built from an entirely natural environment. Natural? What do you mean? I'm guessing that I live on fucking Coruscant or something?
Well, I think we talked about this last time you played. Like, wasn't there a thing about how all the grass is fake?
True. Before Rahu came,
like,
much of the world...
Like robot trees?
Yeah. Before Rahu came, much of the world was covered in wild growth, entirely uncontrolled by man. Rahu took that from us. Covered the world in the darkness. Nothing natural remains. Wow, what a dick. Everything that lives here does so because men control every aspect of its growth artificially. The word nature itself has lost almost all meaning in the modern world. Once real trees, grass, and the soil covered the earth. You're spewing nonsense about trees. My robo's broken. Wow, Harry, you're a dick. Chief, Captain Mira. Excuse me for the interfering, but maybe they've had enough for one day. They're tired, and they can't possibly take all this information at once. Wow, for once Roy is being a bro. Roger. Good work, everyone. You may all go home. We'll talk more later.
Yes. Well, I'm going home. Deuces.
If Sis wants me to think about this, I guess I gotta go think about it. Bitch, you never think about shit. Dash, what are you gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna go home. A phone call? That bed looks totally uncomfortable. Dash, wake up! That robo's back! It's back at the Daemon Chinese restaurant. Dendai Don called up and said the thing's tearing his place apart. I've already contacted them. They should be on their way. Get over there and meet up with them. Oh man, that's the worst way to wake up. Get your ass up. Someone's being shot. Okay, I guess I'll go wake up. But I'll be cranky about it because I haven't had my coffee yet. There she is. It's not that she's like in the same spot every time either. She does move around this yard.
I have not seen her move once.
At night, she was sweeping the actual tiles. It's either that or the tiles are shifting. Anyway, isn't it glorious day? So peaceful. With all this place, the bounty hunter's business must be slow. It's not at all peaceful. There's a case of Daemons, and just heading over there now. Case of Daemons, huh? Probably some customer disputing his bill. Nah, people getting shot. There's no worse criminal in the world than a man who won't pay his restaurant bill. I tell you, holy fuck, I wish that was the worst in the world. Because that is a horrible thing to not do. Always pay your bills. Especially at the restaurants. If you get the delicious, glorious food, you must pay for it. Because food is life.
Gotta keep paying those bills.
Yep.
Keep paying those telephone bills.
Always pay your telephone bills. Otherwise, Space AT&T is going to come get you.
Keep paying those automobile bills. And maybe we can chill.
I know exactly what you're going for, but I wish I could have like joined in because I don't know the words of that song.
Well, you tried like for not
Yeah.
the type of brother.
Police squad finds out about this, they'll close my restaurant again for sure. Oh, Dash, you're here. Rahu's grown stronger. Evil's having a terrible time with it. Evil's already fighting Rahu when we got here. Look. I mean, he's not a Class S fighter, is he? Not a chance. I'm taking this robo with me as a prize. We all knew you were evil. Actually, when I bring it, I'll join the Z Syndicate, you evil bastard.
What's the Z?
It's like
It's
it's Team
the
Rocket.
opposite. It's the opposite of the S class.
Yeah, it's the Z Syndicate are the bad guys to the A group. If it would help the beautiful Eliza, I'll do anything in my power. Eliza? You've met her. She's extremely beautiful and strong. The most amazing person in the world. Yes, Eliza's been after this robo for quite some time. God damn that laugh. The attempted burglary at the lab, that was your doing? Exactly. The robbery gave me an excuse to offer my men as security, but they had a secret mission. They disabled the lab security measures and cleared the way for Z to break in days later. Evil, you... Well, I mean, we all saw this coming. His name is fucking Evil. Ooh, it's Eliza. Probably. I don't know. Yep. It's her. Hello, Dad. Promise? What promise? Ha! Sucks to suck, Evil. It's been 2 dialogue boxes of sobs so far. Will they go for a third? Nope. Damn. Please take me. If anything, this game's dialogue is, you know, the top.
Yeah, the dialogue in this game is really good. It's dumb, but like
It's dumb and
breaking
corny.
of the breaking of the fourth wall, I think, is done very well.
Yeah. I really don't like to fight with robos. That means that fighting without them is still a thing.
I really like to fight with robos. I just like to shoot people.
You lost to this woman last time. Thanks for worrying, but I won't lose this time. Does the leader of the Z Syndicate have like short-term memory loss or something?
Are you playing on the one on GameCube?
Yes.
This is just regular customer.
Yeah, it's
2004?
yes. Yeah, 2004. It is called Custom Robo in the for America, but it was titled something different in Japan. It was like GX or something like that. Oh, what's up? What'd you find?
Gamers gave mixed reviews on Metacritic.
Yep.
In Japan, fans who gave it 30 out of 40. However, in retrospective reception, the game has been heavily praised.
Yeah, I mean, it's a...
Frequently featured in several best GameCube games lists and countdowns.
I'd say so.
Yeah. It's definitely not perfect, but the gameplay looks fun, if not a little bit wonky. And the characters are a lot of fun.
And it does have like a... There's a series to it. There's even... They have another one on the DS, or the 3DS as well.
Apparently this is one of 5 games.
Mm-hmm. Like, but I think only 2 of them ever came to America.
Yep.
Yarp. More like Kenji did research.
Cute attention by queuing up for
Well, as a Dragoon, you probably won't be able to get in that queue.
Oh my god, Rick fucking came and played slowly the other day. And it like basically auto queued. I was so upset. Like, not really. I've made a decision. I don't want to be responsible.
Alright?
As long as we pass our fucking DPS checks, I've done my job. I
Right.
did the other day use the limit break for the first time.
Yeah, I remember him saying that. It's like, I'm surprised you haven't before. It's always fun to use it.
You know what? I didn't feel comfortable enough with what I was doing to feel comfortable that I was using it right. So,
Just
I mean,
always use it like the last 5% of the final boss.
yeah, the guy was at like 5%, and
You leave me no choice. I didn't want to hurt you, but I'm going to have to turn off the safety switch. I hope you don't mind all too much, darling. So she's legit trying to kill me now. Hold it. Oh. It's these guys again. And Hatsune Miku's brother. I said, hold it. All of you. Rahu belongs to me. Are these guys Z Syndicate? I don't think they are. Well, if it isn't, Oboro. She remembers him. Okay, they do both work for Z Syndicate. It's no time for jokes. Even I couldn't handle 2 foes at once. There's a joke there. Low-hanging fruit, but there's a joke there.
It's called the Eiffel Tower.
Yes. Pig roast. High five.
I also for pig roast, you would have to spin her slowly.
Yeah, that's a tech. It's an ultimate technique.
She puts her arms out, and you spin her. She gets that shield for a little while, so you don't have to worry about the bees.
Yeah. Spin to win, baby. Spin to win. Talk is cheap. Just go out the back door or something? Are the cops not here trying to stop this shit? We won't take Rahu. If only I had my robo. Why'd you come here if your robo is broken? Dash, let's pair up. We have to stop them. I need to fight this battle. I need him to tell me why he changed. Why he's there. He's my brother. Your brother? As we all saw this fucking coming. I mean, blue hair. I mean, it will be if it's not the blue-haired guy that's her brother, but the other guy, Oboro, that would like completely throw me for a loop.
No, you know what they say. You know what they say. Blue hair don't care.
Yeah. Marcia, you knew? You have blue fucking hair. This is an anime. But it has been breaking the walls so much already.
It's not just that he had blue hair. It is a very distinct hairstyle.
Yeah. She's your little sister. I suppose we have to take it easier on her. Let's still turn off the safety devices and kill them, though. They all strike a pose. What do they got? Oh, those guys look pretty cool.
Assuming all of them are legal.
Probably. Yep. Every last one of them.
Is the red triangle mean illegal?
Yep.
Are you allowed to have illegal stuff on your map?
I haven't gotten any yet, so I couldn't tell you. But I know it's maybe not in the game. There's some like verses, because you can unlock parts for verses and you can't use illegal parts there or something like that.
Gotcha.
I forget which. If Tetsu joined in the chat, who's played this game before, he'd probably tell me. Or if Kenji jumped in online. Or Ricky. Ricky has played this game before and beaten it. But I'm just going to shoot to win.
Do you randomly get a number?
It sometimes feels like it. Took him out. Now for Hatsune Miku's brother. Just gotta keep the pressure on him. Swords are easy mode. Even Goku couldn't dodge all these projectiles.
Hey, your sister and your friend are pretty good. I'm surprised. You've grown strong. If she weren't your sister, I would have killed her. But now, we'll let her go. And then we'll take Rahu. We win and we still lose. What the fuck? Ah, pocket sand. Bastards. I feel bad. Now we're going to have to say the thing that they were telling us about that ended the world was just stolen by, like, the crime syndicate of the world.
Also, how did it end the world when it was so tiny?
Right? Was it... Are we just fighting scaled-down versions of, like, actual mechs? Also, no new parts. I've gotten like 4 fights and still no new parts. Cheap bastards. Did you get some rest? It's time for us to continue our discussion. I'm about to tell you something that only Class S commanders know. Actually, we just came in direct contact with the Rahu. What? At Damon's. Where is it now? Z Syndicate showed up. After Rahu attacked us last time, the police shut down his restaurant. He didn't want them to do it again. We shut it down because he didn't call us. Ugh. The what? You heard me. The outside world. That's what we need to talk to you about. We live on a flat Earth right now? I'm not following you. What's the outside world? It sounds like the world outside. What does that mean? Outside of what?
Outside.
What do you know about the world, Dash? Quit joking around. We've learned everything about the world in elementary school. I'm asking Dash. The world is round. Fuck yeah! World is flat. Let's go. Well, duh. That's common knowledge. Okay, this is what happens if the flat earthers took control of the world. They are what made Rahu, almost destroyed the world, and then they took charge and told everyone the world's flat, and everyone believed it. Fuck yeah. That's right, Chupacabra. This game proves flat Earth. That's right, the world is flat. That's what we were taught in school. Next question. What is the end of the world like? It has no end. There's a huge wall. There's a huge wall that's at the end of the world. The wall surrounds our world. That's right. This is flat Earth theory. Holy shit. Now it's, flat Earth is definitely a joke because they got it from this game.
You think they all got it from Custom Robo?
Yes. It's common knowledge, man. Why are you asking us such obvious questions?
It's huge.
It's
huge.
huge.
Wall.
It's a huge wall. You paid attention during your classes, at least. I wasn't much of a student, but even I got that much.
We're gonna build a wall. It's gonna keep out the
huge.
tiny robot man that likes Chinese food.
Now follow me. What? Hey, shut up and follow the chief. Jeez, don't you, man.
Harry, you need to learn how to have proportional reactions.
And shut the fuck up.
Get a goddamn haircut, Harry.
Alright. We are here. The bathroom? We're not joking around, we're serious. They've gone insane. Stop crying! This is a restroom, right? Of course it's a restroom. Look around, man. It's a nice one, too.
So the chief brought us all into the bathroom for a reason. Gotta get that promotion.
Shitter's full.
We had to think of a place that no one would ever suspect. The bathroom is the least suspicious of any room. Is that true?
It is more suspicious than my sex dungeon.
Take a look here at this weirdly placed wall painting in the shape of a hand. A picture of a handprint.
It looks like a scanner.
This is, however, a sensor. Class S commanders have had their handprint images stored on our computer networks. When a Class S commander presses his hand against the sensor, gives it a high five.
Okay, so if I walked into a room, even a bathroom,
And you saw a
and there was
handprint, like, framed.
I would 100% touched it.
Yeah, me too. But he did say only Class S commanders have their handprint scanned and is stored there.
Yeah,
So
but
it
I
wouldn't
think
do
that
anything
if
for
I
me or
put-
you.
Well, I think you put your hand on it, you see a scan happen.
Also, this is a really nice bathroom. It has one toilet. Look at all that toilet paper. It's like an entire industrial strength roll. And it's a toilet right in the center. It's got nice lighting. Sinks over there. It's got a vase in the fucking corner. Dude, this is the bougiest motherfucking bathroom ever. And it's an elevator.
Not only does it have a vase, it has a stand specifically for said vase.
And there's more in front that is the camera's blocking. There might be like an entire shower there or a harem of whatever you like. We don't know.
So here's my question. Where are, because I don't see like an under sink area, where are the toilet brush and plunger? You have
The
a bad-
toilet
you
is
have a-
so good. It's self-cleaning and does
So
not
it's a
clog.
self-cleaning oven?
Yeah. It's got like, you know, it censors, thank you for your poopy, and then just like, you know, rings around and just flushes itself, and it's got like a 20-gallon flush capacity, so it just like whatever is in it gets down. It's an elevator. We're going down into the hollow flat earth. All right, all aboard. A train. What is this place? I've never seen anything like this above ground or below. And I thought the bathroom elevator was strange. We'll talk more later. Let's get in. Alright, so far we've been told that the Earth is flat. Well, we believe in-game that the world is flat and has a wall. But they have an underground train system that is connected to a large elevator. Alright, let's go. Hey, what do you think you're doing? It wasn't me, it's just been... I didn't do anything. It's not like there's not a lot of room in this car. But apparently...
Big-ass train.
Apparently I'm pressing up against Hatsune Miku in a very perverted way. Desh has really long arms. Where did you come up with that? Let's go. I'll shake a little. So this underground facility is taking me somewhere. So that train is causing the earthquakes?
Oh, do you have earthquakes happen regularly?
Yeah, all the time at Diamonds. We're here. We're going to have to take a little walk, so follow me. Just should have followed the chief.
Why walk?
I mean, we already
Why
took a
wouldn't
bullet
you
train,
just why don't you build the train to where you need to go?
right? I mean, it depends on how long the walk is. We're just like exiting the building. What the fuck? This is the place connected to your bathroom? Let's go, we're almost there. As we walk through space. And no, ascending. Guess this is that outer wall they were talking about. That huge wall. How should I know? I don't even know why we're here.
Maybe Nate turns to camera. Custom Robos statue. Turns back and acts like nothing happened.
We are the custom robos. The wall in front of you. Do you know what this is?
Real Custom Robos is the friend you made in some way.
It's the wall at the end of the world. Behind it.
It's a steep drop.
The world continues far behind those artificial boundaries. The wall! I mean, we just took a train ride somewhere. It's not like we could have, you know, done. And, wow. I'm speechless. This is wrong. How come you never told me?
The outside world has roads just like the inside world does.
I mean, these are old roads.
Look, where you're going, you don't need roads.
Yeah. It's confidential, Harry. Even I didn't know until I joined the police and became Class S. Look behind you. The world you live in lies entirely within that large dome, and the rest of this world has a perfect edge along the bottom. The wall of the dome is what you've been told is the end of the world itself. So it's just one ginormous ass city.
What he's telling you is that you are Truman.
Yep.
And this is the Truman Show.
It's like a ruin, a wasteland. Do you remember what I talked about yesterday? Rahu tore through the outside world and reduced it to this utter ruin. But how? How could it cause all this destruction? Let's go back to my office. We'll continue. We just got here, boss. Now remember, you cannot tell anyone about this. Excuse me? Everybody thinks the world ends at the wall. There's nothing beyond that wall. All our lives we've been taught this, and we've believed it. Because flat earth theory is stupid. Don't let them take over the world like this. This game is warning us. It's just wrong, man. Wrong? You think so? Is your life better for knowing? Were there problems in your life that required you to know this? If you died without ever knowing the truth and nature of our world, would there have been a problem? Right. Some things are best left alone. Like you said, anyone who sees that wasteland feels unsafe, uneasy. Knowing that the world beyond the wall is in ruination of the world that once was our home does not do any good. So there must be like some form of like extreme, hey, you finally defeated Gulp, congratulations. But there must be some like form of extreme population control. Because if all the world of the normal people is just this giant city, it's maybe the size of like Manhattan. That's pretty ridiculous.
So, I'm gonna share a secret about Soylent Green.
About what?
About Soylent Green.
Okay. It's people. It's got that corpse starch. Here. So if Z's hideout is somewhere in the wasteland, I mean, I guess there's more than one way outside into the wasteland then, but still. Only someone with a Class S license can walk into the outside world. That's where we need your help. That's why they got us. They wanted complete rando strangers to be like, yo, you're going to now join this super secret organization. When they could have just had more cops and like make like an internal, like, you know, let's go hunt these motherfuckers down. No, we hired the worst bounty hunters. Like, Steel Hearts is like the worst squad. There's simply not enough people in the police squad with the skill and mental strength and stability to acquire a Class S license. You just threw like 7 people at us. That's all you did. We couldn't tell you about it until you passed the S-rank test. It was confidential. So what if we say like we don't want to help you? That's when they pull out the secret, you know, of guns. It's like, there's one thing that was also left behind. It's called a gun. As they just shoot me. I got some thinking to do. Dash, I'm gonna go home too. And then I think I'll take a walk. Great, she just got done having like an existential crisis. I'm gonna wander around.
I'll be back.
Have fun. I'm gonna go to that bathroom. What's going on at Bogies? Whew. Am I getting gray hairs? I have nothing but gray hairs. Now saving. But with that saving, I think I'm going to call it a night. I had a lot of information dropped on me. The fact that their world is flat, and yeah, because the world can still possibly be flat. I mean, in this game, they just said that the world that we know of is just condensed in that dome, but the outside may also still be flat. But I mean, we'll see what happens when we go from there. So anyway, y'all have a good one, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Boy. Thanks, Chupacabra. You have a good one too. Always stay in touch. Miss you.